Thank you for joining us. As you can tell, we're not at KFAM today. We are actually at the California Science Center, where our development team is actually here this whole week. But we thought this would be a great opportunity to talk to someone inside a California Science Center. So, Jazmine, if you could introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jazmine Aguirre. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator at the California Science Center. And
yeah. So we've actually, I know you and I have been working together like, what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
But our partnership with California Science Center has gone, I think, further back than that. I'm not that familiar with how long, but yeah, we've always enjoyed being community partners together. We're always grateful that you show our kids different sides of science. It's great because I think for most, I can't speak for all Asian groups, but I think mainly Korean parents, at least, when they think science, they think doctor.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only scientific field they think there is. And so it's great that you come and you show them these, like, open their eyes to so many other different fields within that whole, because there's so many. And then also, we always are so thankful that you make it fun.
Yeah.
And, like, to our camps and stuff like that. So we're always so thankful for that.
And that's been the fun part for me working at the Science Center too. I've only been here for like about 2 years in terms of like how we've been working together for those past 2 years. It's that we focus on the hands-on learning and how to make science fun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, so many people are like, oh, it's just doctors, just math, it's just science.
Yeah.
It's just the things that a lot of students lose their confidence in sometimes. So I think it's really great to be able to come and do like the Game On, like we did this spring, and then to be able to see how many science careers they can get into that are related to sports.
Right, yeah. So that's always great. Again, anytime you feel free to leave questions in the chat and we'll get to them as we can. So how about we start with you, and if you can describe a little bit more about your position at California Science Center.
Yeah, so like I said, I am the Community Engagement Coordinator, and I am in charge of our middle school programming through the Young Curators Program. We partner with 6, soon to be 7, community partners, and we do programming in the fall and in the spring. We bring hands-on activities, whether it's about chemistry or sports science like this past spring, or engineering. We're going to be doing biology one soon, and we just bring it out to the community to make it more accessible to low-income communities.
Yeah, that's great. And then, so how long have you worked here? I know it's been about 2 years now.
It's going to be 2 years in September.
Okay.
And it feels like it went by so quick.
So fast.
And I just learned something new every single day. So it's been great working here.
That's great. So can I ask what your background is then? Like, what did you study?
So I have a Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Geography. So I was studying mostly how people and the environment basically interact and affect each other. And I started working with kids a lot in daycares, in after-school settings, and in my last role before this one at the Desert Botanical Garden as an educator. So I stuck in formal education. And I also have a very extensive dance background, which is
Which a
little more, as we were practicing earlier. So it's a little more on the random side, but I've been able to kind of find ways to incorporate both science and art.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. I do see your fiance is on. He says, that's my fiance. She's amazing with kids. It's a true blessing. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so I guess another question would be, so what got you into that? Like, it's such a niche too, like within the STEM field.
Yeah, I will say it was not planned. like I mentioned earlier, a lot of kids lose their confidence in math and such, and I had lost that by middle school. And I actually wasn't interested in science at all. Maybe like there was a robotics class that like kind of sparked my interest in one of the after school programs that I was in. I was like, oh, it's kind of fun. Like engineering is fun, but I wasn't ever thinking of like, I didn't think I could do it. And then I didn't see many people that looked like me. So even more so, it was like, well, it's not for me. It wasn't until I got into college, and I only went to college because I wanted to dance. And during one of the times that I had an injury, I ended up taking anatomy, and that made me go into more of the kinesiology side. And I ended up taking biology, and it wasn't until I took this environmental biology class in one summer in 2014, I think. Yeah. And I was just upset. I was really upset that I didn't know how I was affecting nature and other environments. And I think that just kind of really sparked this commitment in me. It also, I guess, helped that I had 4 nieces and nephews born that year. Oh, wow. And when I saw them, I was just like, I'm going to teach science to kids. I want them to learn about nature. I want them to learn about science and how important it is, because they're going to be our future. And that's kind of how I got into the field.
That's so crazy that dancing led you to science. That's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so I guess, especially as a woman in STEM, I know, like, because we've attended like Engaging Girls in STEM events in the past, and it was really interesting to hear the other women speaking about giving more girls confidence. So how would you say like your experience in that field has been?
In just encouraging the
girls?
Like,
or just like your experience being like getting a degree in STEM, working in STEM, like how do you think?
I mean, when I was going after my degree, again, it was mostly like males in my classrooms. I didn't feel like I could, again, attain it. So kind of already going through that, I like to talk more one-on-one with the girls when we have the classes. We also started working with the women engineers group, and we had guest speakers come on that were women in STEM, so that they can see that there are people working in environmental science and working with rocket science as well, because those are very limited fields, or at least it feels like very limited to them. So it's more just how can we provide them with the access to that information, including inviting you guys to Engaging Girls in STEM, because it is such a big event for that. And that's actually led us to partner with other groups in trying to really push for that.
Yeah, that's great. We love giving kids more opportunities to really open their horizons into what is available to them, not just what they think it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's great. Thank you so much for always inviting us. So then I guess let's delve a little deeper into your role here. So what does a typical day look like for you?
There's not.
There's no.
No, there's not exactly a typical day, which I think is what I enjoy about being here. It's like one day I can be in the classroom, off-site at a community partner's location and teaching about engineering, doing slime. The next day I'm in meetings all day, trying to plan for the future of the program, trying to communicate with our community partners, trying to strengthen those relationships. Sometimes I'm off buying materials or testing the basketball catapults.
Buying brains.
Buying brains. Yeah, trying to get them out of my car. Yeah, it's always something new. It could even go as far as like I get pulled in to help with touch tank or to help with a space shuttle move, or yeah, there's just so much to do and so much that you can be a part of. It's not just like my programming, but it's like we collaborate within the education team, because there are several roles within that, but also with other departments, and there's not a typical day, and I think that's what I love about it. That's why I said I've been learning something new every single day these past 2 years.
Yeah, that's great. So then how is it working with kids? Is it difficult? Is it easy? Do you think they're engaged? Are they kind of like, you know, tablet kids and they're like, oh.
Well, most of my experience here has been with the middle schoolers, which can be a very tough age.
Yes.
It's not necessarily hard, but they are going, it is an age where you're going through so much.
Right.
You have so much going on, there's changes, there's emotions, and the walls come up. A lot of times they can say mean things like, nobody wants you here. But I think what's beautiful about that is I can kind of brush off the mean comments and be like, well, that's okay, but can I show you something that's I think you might think is kind of cool? And then we'll launch rockets, or we'll do some weird science experiment like the elephant toothpaste, and then they're just like, this is the best day ever. And that's really rewarding to me. And so I can't say it's easy, but it's definitely rewarding.
Yeah. So you actually answered my next question, which is the most rewarding part of this job, is probably, like you said, working with kids and seeing their faces light up, maybe?
Yeah. During those moments, you can see that you're actually making a difference. You can see that their confidence is starting to build, because what I've noticed with them, specifically with middle schoolers, is that they also started losing their confidence, just like I had, which is why I love this role so much. And it feels like this is my responsibility now to try to show them that, hey, it's fun, and it's okay if you fail.
Right.
Like,
yes, I remember you saying that a lot to the kids.
Yeah, I would be like, congratulations, you failed. You're a real scientist. Let's try again. Yeah, and I think it's them starting to rebuild their how they relate to science, because it's like, it's not just testing.
Right.
And it can actually be fun. So yeah, that's the most rewarding part, seeing how their confidence in science grows.
That's great. So then what do you think, so out of all the skills, what do you think is the most valuable skill you could have to work at somewhere like the California Science Center?
I would say definitely curiosity, but more importantly, adaptability. Things are always changing. Things might not go as planned. And you just have to be willing to problem solve. Yeah, I feel like communication's also really important, because whether you're teaching or you're engaging with guests on the floor, or even if that's not part of your role, like, there's many ways that we can, as we like run into a guest, we can encourage them and get them involved and get them excited about what's at the Science Center. And even if you're shy, like, I feel like I'm a very shy person, I feel like you'll end up developing those skills.
Great. Okay. So then, are there any like jobs within the California Science Center that people might find kind of interesting or surprising?
I feel like there's many. Probably one that we get the most surprised, people are most surprised by, is our living collections team. So we do have animals, and we have jobs that require taking care of those animals. Actually, on Instagram at California Science Center, If you follow us, like maybe a couple of days ago, we were doing for Zoology Week a behind the scenes on what our aquatics and terrestrial teams do, and they were like following them around. So I definitely want everybody to go check that out. It's on Instagram at California Science Center, and you'll definitely get a little bit of a better feel of what some of our living collections team does.
Oh wow, how fun! So I know there's water animals within the California Center. Is that what the living collections is?
So there is aquatics and there is terrestrial. So like we have a big, basically tank. The kelp forest has a big tank where we have a bunch of fish and sharks. We have the sea stars and a lot of aquatic animals, but we also have terrestrial animals like the fox or the tortoise. And, yeah,
okay.
some lizards.
I'll have to check it out.
It's in the desert zone.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've been that way. Okay. Carissa says, you're awesome, Jazmine, and amazing with kids. Henry says, wow, the Science Center sounds like a great place to work at. I know, I always have fun when I visit, so. And I know our kids do as well. Okay, so then let's talk about questions about the California Science Center then. So then for anyone not familiar with California Science Center, what are some of the things that they can experience here? Like, let's say they don't even know where it is. What can they come and experience?
Well, for one, it is free. So that's like something that a lot of people don't know.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
It is free to come to the Science Center, so please plan your visit. It's also very accessible. We have like the metro next to us. You can take the bike, you can walk, you don't have to just drive. But I think some of the more, what everybody wants to know is like, we have so many different exhibits for everyone. We have a sports exhibit where you can come in, like practice your batting and practice your kicks. We have somewhere where you can learn more about the body systems. We have an area where you can learn about fire, you can learn about physics if you're more into like airplanes and aircrafts. There's just something for everybody. And you can touch the sea stars. I feel like that's what most of the kids are really into. But there's just so much to do, and I really encourage everybody to come and just check it out for yourself, because you will start to learn without knowing you're learning.
Yeah, I do. Every time I come, I feel like I do see something new that I hadn't seen before, but also like, I guess this is part of science, kind of those kind of moments as well. And we actually got a chance to visit, or I got a chance to visit the Game On yesterday, and very cool. It looks very high tech. Like they had batting cages, they had a rock climbing wall, they had a skateboard like simulator. It was very like soccer, like, it was very, very cool. So the kids, I know, had an amazing time there.
Yeah, and I think one of the cool things about that exhibit is it is fairly new, but like we worked with different athletes to kind of mentor you. So you're like working with Freddie Freeman, and you're just like, oh, what? Like
there's a video of Freddie Freeman.
There's a video of Freddie Freeman teaching you how to bat. So I think it really brings those connections to like, it's not just, you're not just watching it on TV anymore. You're experiencing it in real life.
And like what goes behind even like how to hit a ball correctly or further.
Or trajectory. Like people don't know that there is science that goes behind sports. It's not just the athletes, but there's people that help those athletes improve.
There was actually even a small basketball court in there too. All the boys were lined up. And then I saw there was a football, like you can run like the football players run and see what time you get. And there was like I forget what they called it, but there was like a touch screen where you can play and see how fast your reaction is, or like how far it was like. It was actually very fun. I was there for a little bit.
And that's
Uh,
also free.
yeah,
So
I didn't know, but now I know. So I would definitely tell you to come check it out. It was actually a lot of fun. Okay. So then what kind of jobs are there at the California? Because there's so many different like things within the California Science Center. I guess it would be difficult to list them all out, but I guess what kind of like more, I guess, what are the more like, if you had to pick like groups of jobs, like what would they be?
there's many. Even within groups, it's like groups and within groups. Even within education, we have like our camp team, we have the community team, which is what I'm part of. We have our summer camp, we have field trips, we have PD for professional development for teachers. It's just so much. We have our volunteers. We have our exhibits team. We have communications team. We have accounting. Like you don't even have to have a STEM background for everything.
That's a
because
good point,
we do it's not only us. Yes, we are a science museum, but we do need more people to keep this place running. So you can work in living collections. You know, we have vets and we have janitors. We have a little bit of literally everything. So you guys can check that out if anybody's interested. You can check to see if we have any openings at californiasciencecenter.org. Because there's way too many for me to even list groups.
I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, this question is difficult because I'm sure there's so many. So if you're interested, you don't have to have a degree in science to work at the California Science Center. So we do have a couple of comments. Looks like Denise, Science Center is amazing. I'm a bus driver, have brought many students in private charter tours here. So I always do see a lot of buses coming through. I'm sure a lot of schools come on field trips and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number right now, but I do recall like maybe 500,000 field trips we've had before. I don't know.
Like a year?
Yeah, I don't know about this year, but yeah, we definitely get a lot of field trips.
Yeah. So are they every time I come, there's always a large group of kids everywhere. But like I don't know if you know this, but like are they mainly from Southern California? Do they come from further away?
That's a great question. I'm not exactly sure. I know we've been doing a couple of surveys trying to see where people are coming from, but I'm not sure what the data is yet.
Okay.
What I will say though, I know we do have a lot of field trips, but it's not only for kids.
Oh.
Like we do also get a lot of dates. Like we get a lot of adults, we get families. I think a lot of people think like, yeah, I went to Science Center as a kid, on my field trips. So people are like adults are a little more hesitant to come. But no, there's literally something for everybody.
Did you see dates?
I've seen dates, yeah.
Really? Okay. That's interesting. I think it would be a fun date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's very hands-on. So again, you can just play around with each exhibit. That we have a beautiful rose garden outside. So.
Yeah, actually that is very true. Yeah. Okay. Then what would you say, and again, this is a subjective question as well, because you can't really answer for everyone, but what do you think the California Science Center's role within the STEM education within Southern California is? Like, just as a resource, a place where people can come and supplement what they already know, or?
Yeah, well, we are the state of California's Science Center, so it's meant for everyone.
Okay.
And it's also why we're free. And I think we play a big role in informal education, obviously, but it's really, our goal is to like spark curiosity and really inspire science learning in everyone. So we try to be accessible, we try to be inclusive, all through our hands-on, fun, memorable hands-on experiences. So I think the big emphasis is that everything is hands-on. Everything you'll come and learn, and again, like I said, you don't even know that you're learning sometimes. And that being able to make it fun is what really, I think, in my opinion, sets us apart. Because a lot of students or people have only experienced science in the classroom setting.
Right. Yeah. And that is something that I did want to mention, is that the California Science Center exhibits, I really appreciate that they're very hands-on. And so I think kids find it easier to, like, if they were just to come and just see, like, I think it would be a little bit more different. But when they're able to come and like touch it and like see what happens, I think that's when they have more fun. And so that's what I always appreciate about California Science Center.
We try to incorporate that in our programming too. So even when we're teaching in a classroom setting, we want them to explore first before we tell them about like what it is. And we want them to observe and see, well, what do you notice about that? So it's really across the board, hands-on learning.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's like done almost on purpose, like within the California Science Center, like all the exhibits done on purpose to make it accessible and easy for people to just like get in and get dirty and enjoy it. Okay, so the PD team is here watching. Great job, Jasmine.
Thanks, PD.
Jasmine sold the Dodgers' first pitch at a ball recently for the Science Center?
Yes, for Discovery Ball. So I also, again, I get pulled in to have the ability to work other events at the Science Center. So for Discovery Ball, we were trying to fundraise money for summer camp and some of our education programs, and one of the big auction items was the Dodgers' first pitch.
Oh wow! Wait, how did you get that?
We just go around. There was several others. There was you can take a trip to the Nikes.
Oh wow.
There was one where you can tour the LA84 Foundation. We just walking around with signs and asking people if they wanted to join the auction.
That's amazing. So it looks like Denise said that she's brought kids in from Arizona.
Oh, there you go.
So wow, Denise, drive with students all the way from Arizona. That's very brave. Okay,
like,
so
how old were they?
I know, right? I don't know how long that took, but you're a very brave person.
It's like about 6 hours drive.
I would imagine, yes. Okay, so we are kind of getting towards the end now. If there's any questions, feel free to leave them up there. But I always, enjoy speaking with you, and we've always enjoyed camps that you have for us as our kids. Yeah, and so amazing. So again, always thankful for the partnership. And then I have to say this, so if you liked our content, please like and subscribe. I always get in trouble for not saying that. And then please join us again. Our next live stream is going to be on Wednesday, August 13th. We'll have a special visitor. Catherine's going to join us. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. We have a little thing that we do at the end. So Jazmine has agreed to do that with us. So bye from KFAM at California Science Center.
Bye. Make sure you guys come.
Yes, it's free.
It's free.